Hey, what's up, YouTube? Thank you for tuning in. You tuned in to the Caddy Talk 101 show. Go ahead and hit that like button when you come in the building. All right, so I'm gonna get started. I'm not gonna make it too long. I'm gonna get to the point and hit these points and show these clips, and I'm gonna get right to it. So you guys make sure if you watch the playback, go ahead and hit that like button when you come back in, okay? All right. All right, so I wanted to get into a live that Anton Daniels did with Love Dorsey. But I'm gonna get into that in a second. I want to actually use that clip as a follow-up and make these quick points. Okay, so I wanted you guys to take a look at this video first because I think sometimes it could be a kind of misunderstanding to the things that single mothers deal with and single mothers will go through. I think some people think people come out here purposely to get pregnant by a guy and to trap him for that $125 a month child support. So I really wanted to show you guys this video, and I'm gonna get off into everything, but I'm just gonna do some follow-up situations just to kind of push my point a bit. So you guys go ahead and hit that like button when you come through, and thank you for tuning in. All right, so I want to show you guys this first, okay? So just listen. I'm not gonna stop it. I'm gonna just play it all the way through. So take a listen to this.
I'm a Black single mom. Of course I chose a man to leave me during my pregnancy because I want the added responsibility of taking care of one human by myself. God, I love hard work. I'm a Black single mom. Of course we just want to lock our kids in the room, eat crab legs with our homegirls, and drink Casamigos.
I'm a Black single mom. Of course I wear my bonnet everywhere, especially when I go begging to the defects office for food assistance and Medicaid. I'm a Black single mom. Of course the goal is always to be on Section 8 because we don't really want to pay bills anyway. I'm a Black single mom. Of course the $37 in child support I get is going to cover my bills, my hair, my nails, and your child's needs as well.
I'm a Black single mom. Of course I get mad when Black men tell me I'm going to die alone as a single mom because they're all going overseas to find a wife that's submissive, puts them first, and plays dumb while they're cheating on them. I'm a Black single mom. Of course I chose a man to leave me during my pregnancy because I want the added responsibility of taking care of one human by myself. God, I love hard work. I'm a Black single mom. Of course we just want to lock our kids in the room, eat crab legs with our homegirls, and drink Casamigos.
I'm a Black single mom. Of course I wear my bonnet everywhere, especially when I go begging to the defects office for food assistance and Medicaid. I'm a Black single mom. Of course the goal is always to be on Section 8 because we don't really want to pay bills anyway. I'm a Black single mom. Of course the $37 in child support I get is going to cover my bills, my hair, my nails, and your child's needs as well.
I'm a Black single mom. Of course I get mad when Black men tell me I'm going to die alone as a single mom because they're all going overseas to find a wife that's submissive, puts them first, and plays dumb while they're cheating on them. I'm a Black single mom. Of course I chose a man to leave me during my pregnancy because I want the added responsibility of taking care of one human by myself. God, I love hard work.
I'm a Black single mom. Of course we just want to lock our kids in the room, eat crab legs with our homegirls, and drink Casamigos.
I'm a Black single mom.
All right, so I wanted to play that first. And the reason I wanted to play that first is because as you can tell, if you know sarcasm, that young lady was being very sarcastic when she was saying all of the stereotypes that people think about single mothers. And we all know it's not true. What she said about she wanted to get rich off of child support so she could get $37 a week for child support. The thing about we want to be on Section 8 forever. Anybody that want to live a decent life, no, that's not true. Most of the time we get on the public assistance and things of that nature because the father is absent. Okay, and I wanted to play this. So she did a very good skit of sarcasm, just naming all of the stereotypes that we deal with as single mothers. Big shout out to the chat. Big shout out to Bougie Barbie. Shout out to Kina. You guys listen to this one. Now, this was a very good video. It ended up going viral. I shared it to a group on Facebook, and oh my god, it had like probably over 40,000 views. It had about 800 and some reactions when I posted this, and several comments as well. So let me make sure I'm sharing this because I know I have done lives and I'm sitting here thinking I'm sharing something, not sharing it. So let me make sure I'm sharing this before I start pushing play. Okay. All right, there it is. Okay, so I'm gonna play this. You guys take a listen to what this young man is saying. And he's on a podcast with a lot of other men. So make sure you guys listen to what he says.
Do it on their own. A lot of them have to do it on their own because you have a lot of men that don't step up to the plate. I can't agree to that. You have a lot of men that are in a lot of situations and they don't step up to be good fathers. That woman. Wait, let me finish though, Mozzie. They don't step up to be good fathers. They don't take care of the household. So she has to abort to the $2 rent to make sure that she's able to feed her kids. You have a lot of men, i.e., Vaughn, you didn't marry either one of your baby mamas. So that's a product right in itself of a broken home created by a man. So a lot of, let me finish this. What I'm saying, a lot of these women don't choose these things. They're given the cards and they play the cards right. Because at the end of the day, you have a lot of women, i.e. your mother, that you just set up here and say, raised you and took care of your household and made sure that she was good and took care of your responsibilities. She didn't want to do it on her own. She had to do it on her own.
Oh, Barbie, you say that's Big Sexy. I'm gonna have to look him up because I see him on a lot of podcasts. I didn't know that was his name, Big Sexy. I'm gonna look him up.
So maybe if a lot of men start stepping up to the plate, and I wasn't saying that I don't understand, I'm almost done. I wasn't saying that I don't understand the story of a black man because I'm black before I'm gay. But I do know at the end of the day that a lot of men are dealt the cards of doing what the fuck they want to do, and they leave the bullshit to the woman, so she's going to pick up the pieces. These women don't want to do it on their own. A lot of them have to do it on their own because you have a lot of men that don't step up to the plate. I can't agree to that. You have a lot of men that are in a lot of situations and they don't step up to be good fathers. Wait, let me finish though, Mozzie. They don't step up to be good fathers. They don't take care of the household. So she has to abort to the $2 rent.
Look, they have to try to interrupt you, and it's like they treating him and trying to talk to him like he a baby mama, but you forget even though he is a part of the LGBT, that's still a man, and he know what they going through. And at the end of the day, yeah, that's Von Ray. That's let's see, yeah, that's Von Ray. That's the one who was dating Chelsea, Tasha K assistant, the one who said, "Yeah, I got 2 baby mamas, and I didn't want to get married to him." That's the problem right there. That's the problem right there. And what that man just said. We don't go out here searching to be single mothers for no come up. The situations happen, we deal with these men. And I'm gonna be honest, a lot of us women deal with these men that leave us single mothers. We deal with them during the period of time in our life, sometime when we're broken. And we end up getting with these guys and the situations happen and they just happen. And bam, you left raising a child on your own. And it's nothing, like I said in a video before, single mothers are not sitting around every Saturday night at the bar together toasting to being a single mother. That's not reality. That's not how it goes.
So make sure that you...
So I'm gonna, you heard that one. So I'm gonna skip over to this because it kind of brings me to this, and I got to get off into some other things because I'm going to say this, and I'm going to be very, very honest. People who have these mics and they have the podcast, they got to be really careful of the narratives that they set. especially when it comes to women who are very, very male identified and are on these panels in these rooms full of men, and they try to get the applause of men, and they basically like pick me's. Like this young lady, I used to follow her on Facebook like back in 2012, 2013. Her name is Love Dorothy. And she ended up saying some things, and I'm gonna say
we are in
partly
a
true.
fucking crisis, a pandemic with this single mother and shit. But it is a proven fact that single mother households produce the worst product.
Facts.
It's
That's
a
100%
fact.
Yeah.
If you take 2-parent households, single father household, single mother household, statistically based on facts,
Yep.
the household with the woman heading it by herself produces the worst product. And for our people, for Black people, for African American people, those single mother households are the reason why prisons are filled with a good majority of our
You are 100%
people, right? So these are facts. You sit this on the table. Here go the fact. And then you say, so y'all need to start valuing men being involved in the lives of your children. I can't make you be with your baby daddy, or we can't say that somebody has to stay with somebody, because we know that children are being born out of situations where the two people aren't healthy together.
Yeah.
But you having access to a man and a woman during your upbringing needs to be brought back. I gotta laugh when I say this, because you know the females get so mad. But
and you know what? With her saying that at the end, when she said, I gotta laugh when I say this, because females get so mad at her. And I'm gonna tell you why they get so mad. It's because when you speaking on such a tragic situation, like she said, it's an epidemic. This single parenthood stuff is an epidemic. A big amount of them do end up not very well off. A lot of them end up in the system. That's why it's always more prisons being built than colleges. So we all are aware of that. But for her to say she feel like it's funny because the women get upset with her, yeah, I'm very suspicious of the statistics too, because sometimes you got to question them. And then it's like when you have a female like this that's reaching for male validation, and you're just calling out one side. See, when she came out and said what she said, she did not come out and lead her conversation and say absent father homes make the worst children. She did not say that because it's gonna make the male look at himself. That's the only reason why when she in these spaces like that, she's in all these spaces with these men searching and reaching for validation. So she around here stumping on women's head just so she can look good in front of men. It's like she's saying all the things that they say, but she's sitting in the space with them as a woman, saying all the things that they're saying. Those people in them spaces, they don't come out and say, hey, these houses being raised without a father, they're not raising such a good man. Y'all guys, hey, I know relationship didn't work out. I can't make you be with your baby mama. She didn't put that conversation like that. And that's wild to me with her being a woman. She not coming out saying, hey, these guys out here being absent fathers, these women out here raising these kids in the worst homes with these fathers being absent. So she's taking all the responsibility away from the woman, and she's taking it away from the man and putting it in the lap of the woman completely. When there's a absent father, but a present single mother who didn't choose it, but she making the best with the situation that she have. That's just like when I was playing the movie the other day of The Vanishing Black Family. I played that video a few times and broke down a lot of situations from The Vanishing Family. Right. She got hold on, let me see. And Barbie said right. She got a little bit of Kevin Samuels energy. Yeah, she really does. She has a lot of Kevin Samuels energy. And I remember I used to call her the female Kevin Samuels because she beat down on women's head and she completely take all of the responsibility. I said, at least when Kevin Samuels started out, he started out kind of on me and Nick. I never seen her say things that put any type of accountability or responsibility into men's hands. when it comes to this single father, the single mother conversation. She never put any of the accountability in the man's hands. And I'm like, you have a mic, you have a responsibility. Let's put both sides of the cards all on the table. That way, when you put it together, you can come up with a better solution. But what Love Dorsey is doing, she's doing nothing but pandering to the male. And when you sit up in these spaces, okay, I'm gonna stop this. I'm gonna remove this. When you sit up in these spaces and you pander to the man and you're talking about subjects so important when it comes to the single motherhood stuff, because it is an epidemic in our community. So when you talking about it, let's lay everything out on the table if you want to come to real solutions. Because how she putting it out there, there's not going to be any resolve. How she's explaining it, there is no resolve when it comes to this. But I want to say this, shout out to the Queen Maker. I want to show this because I feel like this. If you are discussing topics like this and you're not in any part of the stuff that you're talking about, you're not even speaking on the male nature. Because if I feel like this, if a woman don't know male nature, how can we fix these terrible things that's going on in our community? Because women going to continue to deal with men how they deal with them. At least if you know the nature of him, you know how you need to purport yourself with him. And you most definitely going to get to the point where you're going to guard your wound from them. Because once you learn the nature of them, you most definitely not going to want to produce a child with them. But you know what? I feel like a female like Love Dorsey, she will never sit around and talk to women about the true nature of a man, because that's gonna put women in the positions to really look at what they have been bowing down to. It's gonna put women in a position to be like, man, I've been trying to get validation from this man. I've been out here feeling like this man can love me. And this should never happen. This should have never happened. So she feel like, damn, if they really knew the true nature of men, they really ain't gonna be out here want to deal with them, and let alone having kids by them. It's gonna put women in a position to guard their wounds. And when you start guarding your wound and no woman producing them, like I was talking about the other night, that last show that Cynthia G had, I wish y'all would have seen it. It was about 3-4 hours long, but she had a whole call-in show, and Cynthia G was talking about what do you need black men for? And I'm gonna be honest, a whole lot of the women was like, I don't need them. A big amount of them. But the ones that did say that, you know what they said they need the black man for? To make babies. They said they need the black man so they can reproduce children. But when we have a community of 70% of women raising these children by themselves, what do you need them for? 70%. That's the majority. We always say the majority rules. So why would you put yourself in a position that you know is not going to end up in your favor? It's not going to end up in your corner. So then we go to Miss Priscilla, the Queen Maker. Shout out to her. I just want to let you guys listen to her break down the nature of a male, because she do it better than I can. So I wanted you guys to listen to her. Then this is fair use. It's fair use. I just wanted to let y'all know, in order for these women to start choosing better, like the men always say, you should have chose better. In order for the women to start choosing better, they're going to have to realize and know the nature of a man. Listen to this.
Tied to your damn ankle. That's him tied to your damn ankle. And you can't rise high because you're being pulled down by an anchor called men. You can't rise unless you cut this off. You got to cut this off. But just because you cut that off don't mean you got it all together. This part right here is where you decenter men. You realize who they are, and then you cut the damn cord off. And then where does he go once you cut him off? He go down like he's supposed to. But just because you cut that off don't mean that you got it all together. Ladies, you still need to be fixed because your arm was broken in the process. You broke down there. Your wrist was broken in the process. Right? And this leg was pulled out of whack while he was on you. Now you look like a spaghetti leg, right? He done fucked you up.
And that is exactly what usually happens in these very volatile relationships that we're involved in when we're dealing with the Black men. We end up getting drained. We leave with scars. We leave with mental abuse. We leave, just being survivors of very bad, toxic situations. We actually leave like this. So I'm feeling like if a person like a Love Dorsey, if you're not explaining the nature of these men, these women are going to continue to make bad decisions. And this was, let me tell you this. This was a post I ended up making on Facebook. And it was a couple of months ago. So if I find it, I have to stroll. But I'm going to tell you what I said. And I can remember some very, very, honest comments that some guys left. I said in this post, if women really start to choose better, a lot of these men are going to be in trouble because no woman is going to deal with them. And a lot of guys, commented, they were laughing. And I had a few guys comment and said that will never happen. Women never going to choose better. And let me tell you this, the reason they said that, and didn't no woman come and comment and say, oh, I'm trying to choose better now. I'm trying to do better. Didn't no woman come under there and comment and dispute what that man said either. And let me tell you this, the reason why is because patriarchy make these women think that they have to have a man. What is it that they always say? You're gonna die alone. Don't no man want you. Oh, you done been hurt. Do you have a daddy? They always I mean, those are all the gaslighting things that they say to you. So a lot of these women get out here and they grab anything just to say they have a man, and then they end up having kids by these anything type of dudes. Then they end up single mothers. And then they say, you should have chose better. So what the Queen Maker is doing, she's laying out the nature of the men so the women can choose better. That's what's important. Us choosing better, us guarding our wounds, that's what's going to fix this when it comes to the single motherhood thing. I did a video some months ago about the birth rate being on the decline. So it's looking like the women of the newer generation is coming, behind us. It looked like they probably are choosing better because a lot of them are not having kids. I'm gonna play this for about 2 more minutes, and I'm gonna let you guys listen to her explain the nature of a man and when it comes to the male and female dynamic, and how a lot of the women do end up drained. And then when it comes to the single mothers and stuff like that, those women end up drained, just like she's talking about, but those women end up drained raising children by themselves. And that's why a lot of these houses are in shambles. So for Love Dorsey to get up there and say what she said, a lot of these single mother homes are the worst homes. She is correct, because these houses, these are single, broken women that are raising children with an absent father. So, of course, that is not going to raise the best child. You have to get up and ask yourself, why are these houses raising the best child, the worst child? And then you have to ask yourself, what is it that both sides can do? See, like I said, she didn't come out saying absent fathers make the worst homes. These homes without a father are creating the worst children, because she still want to keep that favor with men. She will never talk like that because she too busy down. And I'm not saying this in a literal sense. Please understand what I'm saying. Love Dorsey is the type of woman, she's down on her knees with all of the manosphere red pill type of men with a leash on her, and she's barking at all of the women, and the men are clapping and cheering her on, and she's barking woof, 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 at the women. That's exactly what they using her for. They using women like Love Dorsey as a dog to sick on the other women. That's exactly what they doing. But listen to what the Queen Maker has to say, and I'm gonna get right off into the next clip. Listen to this.
Okay, y'all fucked up. Okay, you got one leg longer than the other one. Your breast sagging because you let him, suck on you, right? You got to be fixed, ma'am. And I'm trying to help you, but y'all be tripping. I'm trying to fix your broken arm, your broken wrist, your extended legs, and your airbags that came down to your waist. I'm trying to help you, okay? Y'all want to decenter men and think that's it. I got everything. That's right. It's all about women. It's everything. We are God. We are God. Womb power. Womb power. Yoni power. We are the creator. But bitch, we don't want no responsibility. We ain't got shit to do with that.
Oh, and that is sad to say. That's why I like her, because she tell the truth from all angles. A lot of women want to claim that power and that independence, but they don't want the responsibility. That's why a lot of women that don't want the responsibility are lazy. That's why it's easy for a lot of women to just get up under a piece of a man, and they'll have a guy in a relationship where they're going 70-30. The guy giving 30 and she giving 70, but she still want to have those few little crumbs, so she'll stick around for it.
That is not our problem. Okay, right? Divine feminine, right? This means that, ma'am, you got some shit to do here. You got a lot of stuff to work on. You're fucked up, first of all. Just because you now got rid of men don't mean that you don't have to fix yourself. You got a lot to work on. So for those of you who do not understand, let's draw this upside down triangle here. This up here is
okay. So that was just a piece. If you guys want to check out that full video, that was the video the Queen Maker did yesterday. If you guys want to go and check out part 1 and 2, go over there, later on after my live and go and check out her video when she's talking about the situation, dealing with the problems that the man's problems is the woman problem. That's the title of that video. So make sure you check that out. And Barbie said women are not having a lot of kids anymore because they can't afford it. Yes, that's a big reason. Hey, what's up, Joy? Shout out to Joy. You caught me live, didn't you? Shout out to Joy. Good to have you, girl. And yeah, it's like it's way too expensive. I mean, most people having problems just really keeping their head afloat because you see everything going up except for the pay. Like that's how it is out here. And I was really, really, really thinking about it. Was like when I listened to that a piece of that interview that Anton Daniels did with Love Dorsey, I started thinking about the message that Cynthia G always push. Cynthia G is over on Patreon if you guys want to check her out. You know, she is like banned over here on YouTube. Every now and then she might pop up on somebody's channel. But this video that I ended up finding, it was about, so let me share this so you guys can see this. I gotta make sure I'm sharing before I play. Okay, so this video right here, it's on Themis page. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Themis. You guys can check him out. He does a lot of great content, like women empowerment type of stuff. And they had a whole show talking about selective breeding. And that's why I always go back to the message that that young lady was pushing. Girl, you're not giving good advice to women at all. Saying that a man need to value, you need to value a man in your children's life. But Dorsey, if a man doesn't value being a father, what is the purpose of that woman valuing him in the children's life? First, I think a good advice would be to a woman is have selective breeding of who you lay down and have a child with. But like I said, a woman like Dorsey will never say this because it's going to point the finger at the man. And I feel like this. If you are such a pick me like that, where you can't even hold guys accountable when it comes to such a serious topic like this, stay away from topics like that. Because all it sounds like is that you just want to beat up on women's head, and so these guys can give you recognition and applaud for you. But you really not talking about this because you want to see a change. You're not talking about it at all. So what they're talking about on this panel is selective breeding. You guys go and check out Themis. As a matter of fact, you guys come at the end of this video, and I'm gonna drop the link to this video because this video about selective breeding, I think every woman, even everybody needs to listen to this, but especially if you're a woman, because we are the womb, we are the ones who carry the kids in our womb. And like I said, a lot of us are, you know, single mothers, or we're divorced, became a single mother, or whatever. The past is the past, but we can help the other people that's coming up behind us. Take a listen to what they're talking about with this topic of selective breeding.
That up. And then the fact that abortion is now illegal in so many states. We do need to address that and the effects of that on us as Black women and Black girls. So this is an opportunity because I haven't heard really Cynthia say things about the medical concerns, what abortion is, these types of things that we really need to think about as Black women. Thank you.
2 minutes, 20 seconds.
Okay, so then when it comes to selective breeding, in order for that to have the effect, what we're trying to address is the ills that are caused by Black men, such as homicide, poverty that destabilizes family, neglect of children, absentee fathers, unemployment, and high illiteracy rates. So for selective breeding to affect that, you would also have to have a change. What I want to say, like a lot of people adopting that, but also a change in culture. I propose a change in the culture of Black women. I think it's time for revolutionary change among Black women. We need a movement. And one thing I say is close your legs. Learn to scratch your own itch, heal, learn about and transform into.
That right there was some jewels that she just said. Close your legs and heal. Close your legs and heal.
The best version of you.
You would never hear Love Dorsey say that, because when you close your legs, you're going to close them to who? You're going to close your legs to men. And a pick-me will never put out any type of message like that. then that's when the man gonna turn on her. If Love Dorsey ever get up on her panel and be like, y'all close y'all legs to these men don't care about you. 70% of y'all out here single mamas, y'all out here crying and stressed out, close your legs and heal. Girl, them men gonna be like, girl, what is you telling them? You telling them to close their legs, then how we gonna get some punani if these women close their legs? If you got women out here talking about they relationship gurus and they trying to give you advice on relationships and they sitting up here trying to tell you, oh, you need to learn how to please a man. You need to do this. They got cucumbers trying to teach you how to do this and fellatio and do that and that. Them women ain't for you. Those women are not giving you good advice. Those women ain't giving you good advice. Listen to what this woman just said. And Cynthia G about to come and talk.
Partner, become part of building the new Black woman community family tree. If we close our legs, that would stop the high single mother rates.
Thank you. I just said that. And you know what? I have not sit and watched this. I just pulled up selective breeding and I seen Cynthia G on here. And that's why I came. But this woman just said what I just said. When you close your legs, you're going to lower the single mother, the single parent, the mothers raising the kids. You're going to lower that rate. When women start controlling their wombs, just sitting talking about an issue is not going to solve anything. Why you got all these people up here with microphones and they're on podcasts and all they can do is talk down. All they can do is talk down on women. Now, I don't want to get it wrong because I don't know who exactly said it, but when I heard the person actually say a community is only as good as the women who are in it, when I say that, that is the truth of all truths, because a community can only be as good as the women in it. So that show you how much power women have. And they definitely hold power in their wombs because you choose to bring the children forth. So when you close your legs and you practice selective breeding, that's where the change starts.
Our legs, it would stop most of the violence against women because that happens through intimate partner violence. We closed our legs, it would stop the rampant STDs, the rampant cheating that creates chaos in our communities, and work to create unity among women and families in matriarchal communities.
Thank you. Unity in matriarchal communities. Patriarchal took away the matriarchal. Patriarchal is when men are, that's what we're in now, when the men are in control. Matriarchal, when the women were in control. When the women were in control, we had those communities. We had that village. When people be like, what happened to the village? It used to be it take a village to raise a child. Patriarchy got rid of that. Patriarchy, it got rid of all that. And now you have the children out here running rampant because you don't have Miss Jones up the street that could chastise your child when she's seen your child doing wrong. You can't say nothing to these children no more because patriarchal came in and removed that village, and they just made it man, women, and child. And what that man doing? He out there working. He out there running around with his side chick. He come home drained as heck. The woman that been in there helping the kids with their homework, she didn't cook, got the house together. She drained as hell. And I mean, what all energy do she have? She don't have anybody over there helping her with nothing. And you wonder why the women be so drained. You wonder why even in a lot of these married homes, there's still what's the term? Married single women, married single mothers. I mean, that's a whole term out here. Yes, women don't know our power, and that is the problem. Oh, that is so true, Barbie. So true.
That's it.
You guys have 30 seconds, so I'm assuming you have conceded the floor. All right, Sinji, you and
okay, hold on. Is there nobody going after me? Because I did have more to say, but I thought somebody else was going.
You're out of time now. It was 30 seconds. Apologies. Cynthia G, New World Heart, go ahead. You have 5 minutes. You're muted.
We can't hear you, Cynthia.
Oh yeah, I was on mute. Okay, so I said, let me know when 2.5 minutes is over so that Queen can go. But so as I said, we're in a dire situation, and as Themis, you said there have been many solutions that have been presented on how to remedy the solution, and none of them have been effective because all of them. Most of them either involve Black men, which Black men have already said they're not going to change. There's nothing for them to change at all. We already know they think the issue is you. You need to change. So.
And listen to what she just said just thus far. I'm a push play, but I wanted to kind of follow up on what she said so far. Whenever you're dealing with a situation, whenever we're dealing with the Black men in our community, a lot of them, as flawed as they may be, just like we know we flawed, as flawed as they may be, they don't think they are the problem. They don't think nothing is wrong with them. They with the Black woman. They're like, hey, the Black women ain't treating us right. They ain't feminine enough. They ain't fit enough. They ain't got their own hair. Let's go over to another race. So, okay, they're in the United States. They go over to another race. Oh, these women ain't honoring us the way we should. Oh, Western women, I just can't deal with them. Let's get our passports to go overseas. So a lot of them going overseas, and what's happening? A lot of them mean their demise overseas because they don't realize that they are the problem. All they're doing is moving. Next, they're going to be trying to figure out how they can go outer space to meet some outer space women. Now you got guys out here got AI girlfriends. They abusing the AI girlfriends. But listen to what she's saying. When you see that those men can never, ever, ever put a mirror to themselves, it's time for you to change. It's time for you to change and take the power back in your hands.
We already know it can't involve them on that front. This is something that Black women must do. I understand what everyone else is saying, but at the end of the day, Black men are the greatest threat to Black women. My question, rather than saying why should we selectively breed, my question is why shouldn't we? Selective breeding has been a practice that is still in play, although it has been mostly used for plants and animals. We already know there is an untold history of selective breeding that involved the plantation and Black people on it. So what I like to say is,
yes, even on the plantation, they had selective breeding. And Barbie says some of these women overseas are sticking them up and feeding their husbands. Thank you. While they sit here talking about the women overseas are more submissive, you are correct, but those women are not submissive to you all. Those women are submissive to their own men who are overseas with them. That's who those women are submissive to. Just like how, no matter how bad a lot of Black women get treated by Black men, Black women are, just so in love with the Black man, even though we don't get that love in return. A lot of us still love our Black men. The same with the Spanish, same with the Asians. I mean, you do see other people dating other races and whatnot. You see Black women married to white men, other men of other races, Black men, they've been dating out, But you see white men with Black women, white men with other women. But when it all comes down to it, everybody is usually more connected with their own people at the end of the day. At the end of the day, it's usually like that. But for some reason, Black men don't have that type of love for their own woman. I'm going to show y'all a little video talking about that in just a minute. Listen to what she says.
Is that we are a few generations removed from some of our ancestors being selectively bred on a plantation. But the purpose of selective breeding, which we can call it selective reproduction if people don't like breed, although humans do breed. If you look at the definition of breeding, humans engage in it, but we'll call it selective reproduction. Throughout history, it has been used to better. Even when it was used on crops and plants, it was used to enhance them, to make them just the same way you would look at GMO things, although it's very different. It's used to improve. And I think that if we look at it as we are trying to reverse the negative effects of the selective breeding on the plantation, that's how we should look at it. I think that there's a lot of concept in people's minds and a lot of belief systems that make them look at selective breeding as genocidal or eugenics, but that's actually not the case. While selective breeding was the tool used to carry out eugenics, it is a separate concept on its own. And I think there are many concepts and really many ideologies that have had dual purposes. What I mean by dual purposes is they were used for both good and bad. And it just so happens that the most prominent example.
You let you know when there was 2 minutes, 30 seconds.
Okay, let me just finish this really quickly. The most prominent ideology and concept that was used for dual purposes is Christianity. And it just so happens that we were introduced to both concepts, selective breeding and Christianity, both on the plantation.
Thank you. New World Chart.
Yep. And you know what? At the end of this video, I'm going to drop that link so you all can check out the video in its entirety, because you guys most definitely want to listen to that video talking about selective breeding. That's going to solve, I'm telling you, selective breeding will solve so many of our issues that we face with this single mother epidemic. Yes, it really will. It will solve a lot of it, because it all starts with our wounds. We open up our wounds to the black man, and we want to be loved by the black man because we actually think he's capable of loving us when he's not. So it puts us in a situation where after the relationship is over, we're with a whole man who don't value fatherhood. Like Love Dorsey was saying, you need to value a man in your child life. But if that man does not value fatherhood, then it's not going to do any good with you valuing that man being there, because he don't value himself. But like I said, being a pick-me, and that is why I always say being a pick-me is so dangerous. She don't even realize it's dangerous to her. But I do know, I don't think Dorsey that young. I think Dorsey is probably like in her probably mid to maybe late 30s. Because I know she was in her 20s when I started listening to her. But I do know sometimes as we grow older and we mature, some people don't get all the knowledge at once. But I do know as we grow older and we go through different things, sometimes we mature, and sometimes your mind frame will change for the better. So, let's just hope hers can change, because she has a very large following, and for her to be passing down a lot of the messages that she passed down, it's very dangerous. It's dangerous to women, and it's dangerous to her too, but I don't think she realized it yet. But sometimes it just takes for things to happen before people open their eyes. Okay, so it was something I shared on my community tab. So I'm going to have to go to my community tab so you guys can see it. Okay. Yeah, this video here, I was just like, yes, this is so true. When I was listening to what they was talking about in this video. Hold on. Let me see. Okay, this is where I'm trying to go to the community. In this video right here, I had seen this one video that's shown in this video. I had ended up seeing it on TikTok. And it was just basically, hold on. Let me make sure I'm on the right thing. Okay, community. Okay, here it is. Should be right here. Okay, yeah, when it was just basically when I was watching this video and when I was listening to how these guys were talking about women, I was thinking like, and I don't like to always put, the LGBT label on every man, but I was thinking, do these men even like women? It just had me really thinking like that. And if you guys want to go and follow sun_goddess89, you guys make sure you check her out. She has some really good women empowerment type of videos. But listen to this video, because when I listen to this, I'm like, it's women out here who are actually pick-me's for men who sit on panels and talk about women like this. And you still want to be in a position of a pick-me. It's insane to me.
What's up, y'all? It's your girl, Lovely Kisses, aka Sun Goddess. I found some very interesting clips about black men really not really fucking with black.
We be liking these girls. We just, we don't be liking these girls. We just do it just because, and then it's like after you get it off, you feel disgusted. Love is when you'll put somebody on the pedestal.
Did you just hear what he said? We don't really like these girls. We just get it because we want to get it. And after we feel, and the other guy said disgusted. They actually said they feel disgusted after they lay down with a lot. That's why I don't get my yoni up like that. I swear. Just imagine the women who probably laid down with this man that's on this podcast talking like this. And Booty said, right, they don't want these bitter American men. Thank you. We don't want no bitter men either. A man that sit on a podcast and just talk like this about women. This man said he feel disgusted when he lay down after he lay down with a lot of women. That sounds like he probably don't like women. What straight man out there gonna say he feel disgusted after he lay down with a woman?
Pedestal, you put somebody before you. I feel like that's when you know you love them.
So I want you all to pay attention to what it is that he's saying. He's basically telling you.
Oh, shout out to Tanya TKO. You guys make sure you check her out too.
He's telling you how it is. They don't really like you. They just be doing it. And then once they get it off, then they're disgusted.
This whole talking about she finna stay tonight because it's too much snow on her car. Bitch, please. You gotta go. You gotta get your ass on. You finna slip for this bitch.
Why would you lay down with a man that will treat you like this? You guys obsessed with peeing that much? It's snowing outside, and this man pushing the snow off her car and says she has to get out because he just got some from her. He said she got to get out.
I don't give a damn how much shit out here in Florida. Shit crazy. Hey, boy, they all talking about, can I stay tonight? I can't see. Don't worry about it. I got a place for you. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. Slipper with the towel. Gotta go home.
Ladies, they letting us know they only want to use our bodies to jack off with. They don't care nothing about us besides what's in between our legs. And once they get that, literally as soon as it's coming out, they're ready for us to leave. We have to say, fuck them too.
You thought that your version of love would change me, but in turn, it has only changed you. Your version of love has changed you from a woman of esteem, beauty, and vigor into a woman who is now bitter and too blinded by my lies to ever see or receive the truth. I hurt you on purpose because I feel I have no purpose. And since I feel that you are worthless, I see you as not being worth it. Worth me giving you my heart unbroken, although I know that you deserve it. Because I hate myself, I put you through hell. And I make it a point to remind you every day of the many ways that you are imperfect. I am dead to life and your version of love, yet you keep trying to raise me. Foolishly thinking that your God is going to save me. Religiously thinking that your prayers are going to change me when I see no need in changing. I often wonder why you do not hate me and why you feel as though you cannot escape me. But then I am reminded of the moment when you let me in and simultaneously you became me. And as wicked as I am, you, my sweet, are just as evil, you see. You hate you just as much as I hate me. So in essence, we are equals. That monster of ugliness you have become is from everything that we have been through. Indeed, I see it and I feed it because I am the one who put it in you. I find delight in your feelings of inadequacy because successfully I am the cause of you feeling less than. I sit back with laughter as I watch you painfully bear the burden of everything that you are stressed with. I can remember the moment when you let me in and
when he said everything that you bear the burden that you are stressed with, that's when I thought about single motherhood. That's when I thought about single motherhood. Right when he said that. You guys check him out on TikTok. I can't remember his name, but I find the link on TikTok. I'll make sure I drop it down in the comment section too. But it just takes me back to, let me stop sharing this. It takes me back to this. When I first heard Love Dorsey having this whole interview with Anton Daniels, and I don't know if you guys are familiar with Anton Daniels. He's really popular in the manosphere in that whole genre. But it goes back to what that man was just saying. That's how a lot of men feel about you. Like that they hate themselves, so they can never really love you. And that's why I find it just so gut wrenching and so sad when I see a pick me like this. Because at the end of the day, most of these women like that, those pick me women, they grow old and they're so drained because they're steady pouring into a dark hole of a man who can never really love them. And all they can do is beat on top of women's heads and try to attack other women for the validation from these men who can never even love her. This the type of woman that'll lay up and have a whole polyamory relationship with a man because she the type that's gonna be like, well, oh, these men, they're gonna be out here sleeping with these women. I ain't gonna be thinking like this man just gonna be with me and be faithful to me. Yeah, I lay down with a woman just to satisfy my man. I don't care what nobody else think about me. Those women will do that. Hey, what's up, Urban? Shout out to Urban. You guys make sure you go and check him out. Shout out to Urban Lounge Podcast in the house. So yeah, this when I hear that man talking like that, and that is the mindset of a lot of men. A lot of them are broken on the inside. A lot of them wrestle and tussle with their testosterone. I mean, you just don't know how many men sit up and cry in the shower, battling with everything that they battle with on the inside of their head all day. And then they struggle to be in relationships and be in these situationships and be in marriages, and they try to love, but it's just something in them that's tugging at them that where they just really can't. And then you have a pick me woman that's looking for validation, and she confusing the validation as love that she getting from the man who like, yeah, tell him, sister, girl. And like I say, they have you on a whole leash like you're a female pit bull, and they got you roof at all the other women. And that's all they're using you for. That's all they're using you for, sweetie. And at the end of the day, you are going to be the woman that's sent back drained, feeling like you know these men, and you don't. You don't know these men because if you knew these men, you wouldn't be around here centering your life around dust, centering your life around a black hole that can never love you. That's exactly what the pick-me's do. They center their life around dust. It's insane. Yeah, that's the mindset of them dusty beta males. and the modern day women that go for them too. And you know what, Urban, it's not just the modern day women. Most of the time, it's just plain broken women. Most of the time, a lot of the women that fall for those dusties, they don't have a modern day mindset of a woman. They don't have the mentality of a modern woman. All of them don't, but some of them do. But all of them, for the majority of them, they have that mindset of they feel like they can get love from these guys because they haven't took the time to truly heal, and those type of women haven't took the time to love themselves. So you become a magnet for a dusty. That's what end up happening to most of these women. And then when you become a magnet for the dusty and he come over there, what's gonna happen? Your life gonna get dusty. You become a struggling single mother. And we're not out here thriving to try to be a single mother. We're not toasting to single motherhood because it's something that none of us wanted. I can remember being with my son's father, and when I just realized I had to leave him alone because the relationship was way too toxic and abusive. I was scared, but I knew it was something I had to do because I wanted to leave with my life. But I was like, man, I do not want to be. There was something that I did not want to do was be a single mother. And I can guarantee you, any of the other single mothers that's probably out there can say the same thing. That's something I did not want to do. So I'm like, hey, we co-parent. I know you're not from here. All of your people are out of state. We can still co-parent. You come get him this day, that day. Oh, I'm not finna do all that. Just put me on child support. And I'm like, okay. And that's why a lot of men are on child support, because when they leave, a lot of them don't want to have that responsibility. Some guys feel like being a co-parent is too much. A lot of guys feel like that. Being a co-parent, not putting this guy on child support, not doing none of that. We're just being two civilized adults parenting our child that we made together. A lot of guys are too lazy to even do that. And then on top of that, like how some people always try to say, oh, it's just one guy that's out here being a father to all these women babies. It's too many. It's a lot of women having babies by one man. Okay, so let's go by that narrative, okay? Which is really not true. But let's go by that narrative and say this. If that is true, if it is a lot of men, a good example would be like Future, Nick Cannon, who is some other guys in the industry that got a lot of kids. I know Future and Nick Cannon, that came off the top of my dome. But most definitely when it comes to those guys, those men, they will be spread all the way too thin if they were actually 100% all in co-parents with all of the kids that they have by all the different women. Just think Nick Cannon got what, 10, 11 kids by like 9, 10 women? Because I know 2 of the children are by Mariah Carey. That was the only one he married. So just imagine Nick Cannon trying to be a 100% all-in co-parent with 10, 11 kids. I don't feel like it's possible. You're going to have to hire nannies. You're going to have to do so much just to try to play your co-parenting role. Then you have the women who have kids by them, and that's like the only kid that they have. And Nick Cannon, him as one man, got 10, 11 kids. Somebody like a Future. Can you imagine somebody like a Future? Oh, another one, NBA Youngboy. And Urban said, when I say modern women, I'm talking about the mindset. Not all women have that mindset. Yeah, that's what I was talking about. Not all women have the mindset of a modern woman. But even the women who don't have the modern women mindset, they still run across the dusty. And a big reason they run across the dusty is because a lot of those dusties have their little dusty radar up, and they can tell the broken women. Come on now, when a man go on a date with these women and sit and talk to them, you can tell if a woman broken. Because one thing, a broken man can identify a broken woman. A broken woman can identify a broken man. And Barbie said, I'm glad you found the strength to leave, Caddy. It's hard to go forward. Yes, it's hard to go forward, especially when you have a child by that person, Barbie. When you have a child by that person, even if you are in a volatile, toxic, abusive relationship, it can be so hard to leave. That's the strongest thing I think a person can ever do is walk away from a volatile relationship, especially when you have a child. I could have stayed there and continued to go through it, but I can guarantee you, man, I'd be looking like an old woman. I'd be looking like an old woman right now. I swear to God, Elon Musk isn't in the industry, but he had to go a lot of kids and baby moms. I didn't know Elon Musk had a lot of kids. I didn't want to look like I didn't want to look into it, look like it was just us. Yes, you know what? A lot of the people of other races, they be having a lot of kids too. But let me tell you, like the difference with them, they they marry, they get married a lot. That I think that's the only thing that makes the difference with us because they'll be in, especially when it comes to somebody as rich as Elon Musk. Oh wow, he got 8 kids. Oh wow, let me look that up. Elon Musk. How many kids do Elon Musk have? A lot of times when it comes to them, the only thing is that they usually get married and stuff like that. But at the end of that marriage, what do they women end up? Those ex-wives end up single mothers. So every woman that's around here that's single mothers, we didn't sit up and lay up and have one night stands. I did not have a one night stand with neither one of my children fathers. I was in relationships with both of them. I was actually in relationships with both of them. I didn't meet them at the club. I wasn't out here on no riff-raff type of stuff. We were in solid relationships. We dated, all that stuff. Dated before we moved in, all that. But at the end of the day, after the relationship is over, I cannot make a man value. I can't make a man value fatherhood. And that's one thing that I heard Love Dorsey say when she said in her video, these women need to start valuing the man in their children's lives. A lot of us do value, a lot of us want these men in the children's lives, but we cannot make that man value fatherhood. No matter how much, uh, no matter how much you can run after that man and you can put that man tires on flat, you can bust that man windows out. It still ain't gonna make him want to be a daddy. Like, I'm sorry, you can't make a man want to be a father. You can't do it. And it says here, Elon Musk, he's over Tesla, the CEO. And it says here, boosting a whopping 11 children. Oh, he got 11 kids. Oh my God. Oh, Elon Musk, you been busy. What is that? The boy, he must got that super pay. He got, boy, what? What? He got 11 kids. Girl, now you know what? I don't know why it is when people see or they think about a person with a lot of kids. Is it true like y'all automatically think, wow, they must be really good in bed? Like, I don't know. Maybe I'm the only one that think like that. But I be thinking like, dang, he got a super pain down there. every woman you every woman you laid down with and got pregnant. I swear, I be thinking, I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just me. Right. I just saw I'm like 11 kids. Dang, line. What you got going on over there? I need me a Tesla. I swear to God, I need me a Tesla right now. Okay. And this is the video I wanted y'all to see too. And this is what we're dealing with. I know this is just like a little skit, cartoon video or whatever. I'm gonna tell you guys what page to find this on or whatever. Hold on, let me stop. Hold on. Yeah, this is the one I want to share right here. Okay, so this right here just reminds me of the whole dating scene, what we're dealing with. She said, right, I just saw that there was a
Hi, how are you?
Hey,
You got 50-50.
Okay, hold on.
So what do you do?
Hold on,
See,
let me
that's
go
the
to the beginning.
problem with black women. All y'all, you got 50-50. Hi, how are you?
Okay, listen to this. Hold on, let me see the person page because I don't like sharing people video and don't shut their page out. I don't like doing it. Okay, this person is. Hold on. Okay, their name is Alexis.
Jada, I love you.
Hold up, don't play that music. Okay, you guys, I want you to listen to this. So y'all check out Lexus Exodus. And this is basically
Hi, how are you? You got 50-50. So what do you do? See, that's the problem with black women. All y'all care about is money. A bunch of gold diggers. Okay, let's talk about something else. Do you have children? I have 4 kids and I don't want no more. My 3 baby mamas ain't and always asking me for money. I can't understand why they always coming to me with their handout. That's why I pay child support for. Oh my gosh. And with 4 kids, you must be paying a lot. $50 damn a month. A nigga drive a forklift for 12 hours a day, but can't even afford to roll up no more after they take the money out of my check. I can't even cop the new J's. I hate gold diggers. You hate gold diggers, but you have no gold. Got it. You females need to be fit, feminine, and submissive. Okay. I'm actually a nutritionist, so I also can appreciate the importance of being fit and healthy. Oh, so you a PhD? You got kids? No children, but I do have fur babies and I'm a cat mom. See, that's your problem. You females gonna die alone. Grand Rising Queen. Hi. Grand Rising. So what do you do for a living? I'm a podcaster and a SoundCloud rapper. My new shit fire, listen. MTCB. I don't love them, I just them. Then I leave. I'm a on your mama and your auntie and your granny too. Interesting. I love podcasts and listen to a lot of real estate and finance ones. What kind of topics do you talk about? Killing Waddy and how black women let welfare take black men out the home. They should have never given you niggas microphones. I'm the best.
Oh my God. And he talked about how Wilfred took the black man out. And if you guys know the video that I did about that, that is not true. That is so not true. Okay, let me go back. I was like, oh my God, I got my window open. These kids out here playing, they loud. But yes, that is basically how dating goes in 2024. And that is the title of the video, Black Women Dating in 2024. And we always have.
Hi, how are you? You got 50-50. So what do you do? See, that's the problem with black women.
Look, and that's the
all y'all care about is money. A bunch of gold diggers.
And that's the first thing he asked her about was, do you go 50-50? That's the first thing they doing the speed dating thing. And when I seen this video a couple of weeks ago, I was laughing. Because all you see is these guys on the podcast. That's what they always talk about, 50-50. So I heard some women on TikTok give a lot of the black men this nickname. They call them the 50-50 kings because these are the only men that you see on podcasts talking about 50-50. You don't see none of those Asian guys on the podcast talking about 50-50, the white guys, the Hispanic guys. You don't see them on the podcast talking about we need to go 50-50. So they started calling the black guys the 50-50 kings. And Urban said, hey, when I got the money, then procreate. Thank you. When you get the money, then procreate. But I can say this, even if you don't have that much money, if it's a man and a woman working, even if they're co-parents, they don't have to be in a relationship. You can still make it work if y'all got some kids. But at the end of the day, you have a lot of men who leave these relationships and they leave bitter. Because it's a such thing as bitter baby fathers as well as bitter baby mamas. A lot of these guys leave these relationships bitter and they try to set up situations where they baby mama struggle. And a lot of those guys sit back with their homies or they sit back with their new girlfriend and laugh. Yeah, that B thought she was gonna be out here independent. Look at her over there struggling. Man, somebody told me they seen my son and he was looking dusty. He had on dirty this and dirty that, and he was out looking dusty. A lot of guys get off on that. A lot of guys, after they leave their woman, they don't want to see them thrive. Don't even want to see them survive. And Urban said, I seen every man from every race say they want 50-50. Me personally, I haven't seen it. I mostly just see black guys talk about that. But when I hear guys of other races talk about 50-50, they be talking about stuff like they're gonna split the cleaning 50-50 and this and that 50-50, and they be like, hey, I'll pay all of the mortgage, and my wife, she usually just pays the light bill and buy groceries. That's how they go 50-50. It'd be stuff like that. But like I say, when it comes to the 50-50 conversation, that's all on your individual household. I'm never going to sit up and say, hey, a woman needs to pay all the bills and a man don't need to do anything. And I'm never going to say a man needs to pay all the bills and a woman don't need to do anything. You just need to do what's best with your situation. But with this woman on YouTube, the woman who was doing this skit, she have actually heard a lot of men say that 50-50. I want to go 50-50. But you're gonna know if a man is a 50-50 type of man, because when you first go out on a date with him, he's gonna want you to split the bill with him. I mean, don't split the bill. Just you get your own ticket and I get my own ticket. And then usually if a woman see that and she know that she want a man to lead, but you say you make a big deal and have these conversations about 50-50, then at the end of that conversation, well, let's talk about how the women need to be submissive. Man, you can't have it both ways. You want her to be submissive, but you sit here having whole debates about her going 50-50. This is contradicting to each other. Sometimes I don't think they actually think about what they say before they say it. In the same sentence, they will say they woman need to submit to them. Then turn right back around and say she needs to go 50-50 with me though. I want her to submit to me, clean up the whole house after 8-9 hours of work. She needs to go to the gym after she cooked for me and clean. Look, after I come back from home, that's why a lot of these guys out here with big old fat women. Or that's why sometimes the woman to get in a relationship with you and end up gaining weight. Because she out here working 9 hours a day. She get off from work. She got to clean up and straighten up because you ain't straightened up nothing. Then the meat that's unthawed, she got to go on and cook that, even though you probably got home for her. So she got to cook. She got to clean up, plus work 8-9 hours. When is she going to, it's 24 hours in a day. When is she going to have time to go to the gym? That's why a lot of these guys out here with fat women. If you get with a woman and you really care about her health, be like, and if you see that she's struggling with making it to the gym and working out and whatnot, be like, well, baby, I see you working 40 hours on your job. Ask your boss if you can go down to 28 hours. You work about 7 hours, 4 days a week. Let's get on in the gym. We got to make us a gym schedule. Because, baby, I want you to stay fit and fine, and I want you to live a long, healthy life. Let me set up a lifestyle for you where you can fit fitness into your schedule, baby. Baby, let's start meal prepping. Let's start meal prepping on Sundays. Let's get us 4 days, 4 days a week, an hour and 20 minutes in the gym. Yeah, let's make us a little schedule. Yeah, we can do a little cardio, do a little strength training, then we're gonna go to the we can end our little workout doing some water aerobics. Baby, let's get active. Cut back on your hours because I know you're tired. Out of 3 days out the week, I'm a cook. We gonna split the chores at the house. Y'all want the women to be feminine, fit, friendly, and go 50-50. All that don't add up, baby. It don't add up at the end of the day. And let's see, as a woman, I want to do anything. What she say, as a woman, I want to do anything but 50-50. I will never not make my own money. Yeah, most definitely you gotta make your own money. But I think if a man want you to stay fit, he's going to try to set you up with a schedule where you can be fit. And the only way to do that is to be in the gym and to eat right. Some of these guys, let's see, can he cut back on hours too? I don't know about him cutting back on hours. Both of y'all come back on hours. Y'all have to cut back on y'all apartment and y'all bills. No, what I'm saying is if you want her to do all of this stuff for you, this is what I'm saying, Urban. Because I know some guys that they don't understand when women trying to explain this. What I'm trying to say is if you want a woman to be in a certain position, that man who is head of the household or supposed to be head of the household, that man who is head of the household, he need to set that woman's if this is the woman he want to be with, he should want to set her life up where she can do those things so she can be the best version of herself that he want her to be. You make demands, you want her to be feminine, fit, friendly, submissive. That woman is going to have a certain type of life set up for her in order to be able to do those things. That's why some guys end up marrying a woman or they end up getting in a relationship with a woman and everything about her just goes to shit. Because he make a lot of demands, but he don't set up that woman life so she can meet them demands. It's not a good thing. And just like this is, and be sure to save money. Then you save more money than you spend. If you can keep your money on your retirement and the life you want, you can have the life you want to be able to live. That's right. That's right. So all I'm saying is, man, you cannot place standards on a woman that you are not willing to set up her life so she can meet those standards. That is the man's job. But just going back to, a lot of guys are lazy. A lot of guys make hella demands and they don't want to put in the work to get what they say they want. You say you want a woman to be submissive to you. You want her to be feminine, fit, friendly. You want her to basically be the woman that you want her to be, but you guys refuse to try to set up the life for her to do it. And just being honest, when you meet these women and you see that she's fit to be in a relationship with her or whatever, most of the time when you meet her, she's already submissive, she's feminine, fit, and friendly. You having a good conversation, you enjoy her company and her time. So why not continue to make it where she can continue to do what she's doing? So her being feminine, fit, friendly, that's something that'll make you happy. Why not set up her lifestyle where she can continue to do that? Because if you do stuff that's going to make her happy, she therefore is going to do what she needs to do to make you happy. So there you go. There's 50-50 right there. That's 50-50 right there. You doing what you doing to make her happy, and she's doing everything that she needs to do to make you happy. And there you go, 50-50. And I'm not even talking about money when I'm talking about this situation. I'm talking about, sorry, I had to take a drink of water. I'm talking about the whole situation on what you expect out of your woman, the type of woman that you say you want. Are you willing to set up that lifestyle so she can be that woman? And if you're not willing to set up that lifestyle where she can continue to do that, then stop saying you want that. Because I just feel like it's some gaslighting stuff that y'all say. And a lot of them say they want feminine, fit, and friendly women and stuff like that. And they go right out and you know, get a big white whale. Like, you go out and get a big white whale, and then they'll even try to use the big white whales against the black women. They be like, yeah, she big and everything, but she's submissive. Y'all be wondering why these fat women of no color taking the black men's. You know, we'll take a woman that's submissive even if she is overweight. We just don't want no black overweight woman. Like, man, when I say these are the most goalpost moving MFers I ever seen in my life, boy, they will move the goalposts. And that is why a lot of them are some goalposts, gaslighting, goalpost moving, gaslighting, 50-50 kings you will ever see in your life. And that's a big reason why a lot of the women get with y'all and they don't respect y'all. And I'm not just talking about black women. I'm talking about women of all races. Like, a lot of them get with y'all. They be talking about y'all on TikTok. They be talking about y'all on TikTok. I have to do a whole video talking about that. This interracial dating thing is not all it's cracked up to be. And I'm gonna come back because I'm off tomorrow too. So most definitely I'm about to get ready and go to the gym, y'all. I'm trying to get fit and stuff like that too. I'm already feminine, so I'm trying to get fit. So yeah, I gotta go to the gym and get myself together. But yeah, I said since I'm off tomorrow, I'm gonna be able to do a late show. And when I say late, I'm not talking about like after 12 or nothing like that. I'm talking about like I would say maybe like a 10:45 tonight or something like that. Just a quick little 30-minute something. But I wanted to talk about like the delusion that the internet has made people delusional. I don't know if you guys are on Facebook or not. I know some people are not, but it's like these AI little apps that's on Facebook now, and you can push the little AI thing and it shows something like a similar to a younger version of you. And a lot of people are getting so caught up with this AI stuff, and they got people just generating these AI photos, and people are just like making these photos their what they call it. They making these whole AI photos their profile picture and everything. And I be looking like, what in the heck? These people are going crazy with this AI stuff. It is so crazy. I was just sitting there looking like, look, I actually have Facebook friends changing their photos to this AI photo that they're generating, and it's making you look like 20 years younger, and then they putting you like in some tight look fancy clothes and whatnot. They putting all these tight look clothes on you, and they're like, yeah, this is you. Yes. No, that is not you. No, that is not you. And I'm just like, man, this is crazy. This is so insane. And I'm just like, man, people out here, they actually think that this internet world is real. They actually like a lot of them are just so done with their reality that they think this AI, this internet world, they think all of this is just so real. It's really sad. So I really want to talk about the delusion that the internet has really brought. I had came over here to Instagram to do something, but I can't remember. But I don't want to hold you guys too long. But I'm most definitely gonna come back and do a follow-up video tonight talking about some other things. And I'm gonna pull some stuff up off of TikTok and show y'all, hey, the dating game has changed up so much. The interracial dating is not what it seems to be. The delusion that y'all trying to make. I mean, good luck with the delusion. Oh yeah, before I go, happy birthday again. Oh, thank you, Barbie. No, it's late. Thank you so much. The Urban Podcast, I think she's saying both spouses have to do their parts to help each other obtain the goals that they set forth for each other. Thank you. You really understand. Thank you so much, Bougie Barbie. You understand what I'm saying. Let's see. He said she should be doing all. Hold on, what did he say? They should be doing it all together. Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying, Barbie. See, that's what. Yeah, see, you understand where I'm coming from. So it's like this. If I and I'm gonna give you an example, Urban, and I'm gonna talk about it from a woman's point of view. If I say I want my man to be fit, I want my man to lead, I want my man to be able to be the best father he can be. If I was to say that, I would set up a life where if my child being out of control and his daddy come and check him, I'm not gonna step up and say, "Don't be talking to him like that." I'm not gonna step in the middle of my husband trying to be a parent. I'm not gonna step in the middle of my husband being a father. If I say I want my husband to be fit, I'm not gonna be sitting around cooking pig feet and hog maws and macaroni and cheese every other night with collard greens cooked with turkey necks. I'm not gonna cook like that for my man. I'm gonna get on a high protein, low fat meals. I'm gonna start meal prepping for my man because I want my man to be fit. So I'm gonna set that up like that for him. If I say I want my man to lead and he be like, baby, we probably should try to get some solar panels for our house. They say this to make our light bill go down or whatever. I'm gonna say, okay, we can try that. We can see how it goes. If he's trying to lead and trying to set up little things where we can save money. Oh baby, I just downloaded this app. I know when I be at work, I see the little bags. You usually go to Vons. Vons pretty high. Look, baby, I downloaded this Smith's app. Go down there to Smith's instead. They got food. I'm talking about same food for way cheaper. Go down there instead of going down to Vons. And I'll be like, okay, baby, I'm gonna do that. They do look like they cheaper. I'm gonna stop going down there. But when my man come along trying to give me this advice, when my man come along and he's being a good husband and being a good dad, I'm not gonna step in the way of that because I said I want him to be a good father. I said I want my husband to be fit. I noticed my husband is getting a beer belly. Baby, let's cut back on these beers. Let's start drinking more water or go and get you some of the skinny. I think they got this wine. They got this whole alcohol line called Skinny Girl Wine or Skinny Girl. It's called Skinny, but it has less calories than the regular alcohol. I'm like, baby, look, I know you like to drink your beer, but try this Skinny Girl wine. Try this skinny wine. This gonna be way less calories than that beer, and you still gonna get buzzed. So I'm gonna try to set up that lifestyle. Let's see, well, I'm not your man, Katie, so you can cook like that for me. What you say? So you like the macaroni and cheese and the greens made with the turkey necks and the Barbie, you is so silly. You show right. Because I have actually dated guys like that. And I promise you, it was I'm trying to think what year. It was it was 2015. Back in 2015, I lost 65 pounds. I lost 65 pounds in a matter of like 5.5 months. When I ended up getting yes, with some cornbread, girl, yes. I know she's talking about expectations. The point I'm making is that these things should be done individually instead of requiring as a team for dating. I think really with the situation I was seeing with setting up a lifestyle where they can keep it going. If you, I'm speaking of two people who are living with each other. So a lot of guys say they want a woman to do this, or it's you can tell when I was talking about what I want for my man, I was saying my husband. I want my husband to be fit, so I'm not going to be cooking fried pork chops and macaroni and cornbread and candy yams 5 days a week. Because I want my man to be fit. If I let's say if I want my husband to be fit, I'm not gonna be like, baby, I'm hungry. I don't feel like cooking. Let's get some fast food. Like I'm going to make it where it's gonna be easy for him to do those things. But I'm not speaking on no dating aspect, because really on the dating aspect, to tell you the truth, a woman don't even need to be cooking for no man if she just dating him. All that cooking and all that stuff, women have sit here and tried to play these roles of, girl, if I act like his wife, then eventually, he's gonna treat me as such. No, he not. No, he not. He's gonna take you for granted. When he go on a job, he gonna be letting another chick eat your food. He gonna be letting his homeboy at work eat your food. He don't care about your food. He don't care about none of that. A man just want to see a woman do things that he feel like gonna make him happy. Because yes, he's gonna use those avenues because he have a woman that's willing to do it. But don't do that for a man. You can start cooking once you get an engagement ring. Because I feel like I'm not gonna meet a man and we instantly, we date for 2 months and then I go marry him. No, we gotta go through a process of engagement. And it's cool that he wants me to be his wife, but don't let a man rush you too fast. Because most of the time, y'all watch Lifetime. I don't have to explain it. You know how those men come through like knight in shining armors, and then they be so romantic, and then the day after the wedding, you come out of the bathroom all smiling, and he slap you like the man did. Do you guys remember that Madea movie called Madea's Family Reunion? And do y'all remember it was two sisters and then it was a mama on there, and the mama was trying to get one of the daughters to marry the man that worked at the bank. And that man at the bank that was finna marry her daughter, he was beating on her daughter. And when he had came home, the daughter that was finna get married, her homegirls, they had set up a bachelorette party for her. They set up a bachelorette party for the girl, and when the husband had came home, the dancer had his woman like dancing all on his woman up in the house. Because the homegirls, I don't know why the heck the homegirls don't invite the stripper to their house for. I have no idea. They set her up. But after the friend girls had left, and he was like, "No, it's okay, it's okay. No, it's cool." So everybody leave, and then she closed the door. And she turned around and he slapped her. Like that's how them Lifetime guys be. Them lifetime boyfriends be just like that. Shoot, I done had a couple of lifetime boyfriends. That's why I always say you gotta heal. You most definitely have to heal before you just jump out of one relationship and jump into another one, because when you have got out of a volatile, abusive relationship, whether you know it or not, you're still holding that volatile, toxic energy on you. So other toxic people are going to be drawn to you because of that previous relationship that you were in. So when people be like, oh, I'm just letting myself heal, and some people have been in such bad relationships, they need to be single for 3, 4, 5 years before they get off into something else. You need to go through deep cleansing and deep detoxing. If you can, get you some sage and burn that all around you every morning. Some of these relationships out here have been very bad and very toxic, and some of them take longer to heal from. It's just not like, oh, I wake up and I'm healed. I'm done with him. I wanna get out here and try some other things. It's just not that easy. It's just not that easy. Oh, and I'm showing Wiley stuff. Shout out to Wiley. Wiley's supposed to be out here. Wiley's supposed to be out here. I think Wiley coming out here in April. So yeah, I'm most definitely gonna go live with him. So you guys make sure y'all check that out. And I wanted to show y'all some of my birthday pictures real quick. Oh, that's what I wanted to show y'all. Let me see. Who is that? Body by Ty. Okay, yeah, I just wanted to show y'all some of my quick birthday pictures. Y'all know my birthday was Friday, March the 8th. I think Urban Lounge just had a birthday. Shout out to you, Urban Lounge. And happy belated birthday to Urban. Okay, so let me show y'all some of my little birthday pictures. Yep, the end of April. Yep, I think Wiley's supposed to be here the end of April. Yeah, I think you follow Wiley, don't you, Barbie? Yeah, he's supposed to be here the end of April. I'm most definitely gonna check that out. Okay, this is when I was supposed to be making a whole YouTube video of all my little stuff I did at the top of the world. So y'all be looking out for that video. I just gotta edit it. That's all I gotta do. I got all the footage. But this is the top of the world restaurant that I went to in Vegas. As you guys know, the top of the world is at the Stratosphere Hotel out here in Las Vegas. It's one of the highest hotels in Las Vegas. So that is that stunting view of the top of the world. So I was over there. That was like the day before. That was the day before Valentine's Day. And this is my little birthday pictures. I had an Airbnb. I had some friends come from out of town. My sister came. We had a very fun time. Yo, we had a good little time. I enjoyed myself. Most definitely. But shout out to all the Pisces. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to all the Pisces. I know Aries season is coming around, so we got to wait for the Aries in another week or whatever. Well, that's in a couple of days. I think it go off into Aries season. But yes. I sure do thank you all for tuning in. I thank y'all for tuning in. And I'm coming back later. So you guys make sure you go ahead and like. Make sure you subscribe and all that good stuff. And let me see. Oh, he said his birthday was 2 weeks ago. Okay, perfect. I know you had fun. It looked like you had fun. And yes, oh, she said that's how she found my channel, by listening to Wiley. Shout out to Wiley. Okay, I didn't know you found me through Wiley. Shout out to Wiley. I go over there to do the 2 men and a lady sometime. And yes, I can't wait to see him. I think Wiley gonna be at the Palace Hotel. That's only like probably 12 minutes away from where I live at. It's not far at all. But yes, I cannot wait until Wiley comes. I can't wait. We're gonna have some fun. I cannot wait. So you guys make sure you come back and check me out tonight if y'all not asleep. If not, y'all catch the playback. And I will be back tomorrow afternoon for another one. Thank y'all for tuning in.